How's everyone doing today? Shankar Puri here. Today we're going to take a look at the charts and see where Bitcoin's headed, as well as the SPX and how everything's been moving. So without further ado, let's dive right into the charts. Alright guys, so currently we're just looking at a Bitcoin chart here on the 4 hour. So I just wanted to draw, these are some support lines. So Bitcoin, we really just got this support here, and we bounced off the support for today. Switching to a cleaner chart just because so you guys can see, instead of drawing all these lines. But yeah, so all that's really happened today is we've just come back down and have just tested and bounced off the support right here, the support line that came from back here. So I mean, Bitcoin's price and how everything's looking lately has, and we have been saying on this channel, has really been determined and has been following the S&P 500. So if we look at the S&P 500 right here, we still have our thesis that we were saying, could possibly be an inverse head and shoulders. We have a bullish divergence here. We had that fake out to the upside and a further downside here, but we do have this bullish divergence, and we are on the 4 hour maintaining higher lows. So as long as we're maintaining higher lows, that's a good sign of the market structure continuing up. We have an inverse head and shoulders, a bullish divergence. So these are very good signs. This is a hidden bullish divergence. So if this is a bullish engulfing candle, so if this bullish divergence continues to play out, normally it indicates a continuation of the trend, right? So that's what hidden bullish divergence is. Normally it indicates we're continuing the trend. So that's what we're looking here. So we do have some resistances, so we do have some work to do to break through, but the major resistance that we have is currently right here, where we had this double top over here. So that's the major resistance at the moment, and it's also the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders. Now, as well as we want to look at the moving average. Yeah, so we want to look at the 200-day moving average on the daily. And I have said the importance of the 200-day moving average. So we've gotten rejected, we came down. So now we want to see when we come back up. This is actually, very important before we get to this neckline here, is if we get rejected again. Because if we do get rejected again, it could be a sign of, a rejection and further downside. So we want to just keep in mind that the 200-day moving average is a very key trend, a very key moving average right now for the S&P 500, and it is respected a lot throughout history, its history. So if we break through it and then we head higher, that's a good indicator. But before we even get to this yellow line right here, this resistance, we want to hopefully break right here at the moment, the 200-day moving average. So that's what we're looking out for as the days continue, right? So but right now we got this bounce, we have a bullish divergence on the 4 hour. Does indicate that we will be continuing the trend upwards from the lows over here. So that is a good sign. That is a very good sign. So let's look at the USDT dominance. So the USDT dominance, it's currently at a resistance zone. So the USDT dominance is currently at the resistance zone, and normally whenever the USDT dominance goes down, cryptos, Bitcoin normally continue up. So this resistance has been a nice resistance since the beginning of this bull run, and we currently are, we got rejected off it pretty hard in today, but let's see what happens. We could break above it, but remember, if we break above this resistance and hold it as support and continue upwards, there's a high probability that all of your altcoins, Bitcoin, is going to have a very hard time. Doesn't matter who's adopting Bitcoin and your cryptocurrency. If this continues to trend upwards, all your crypto assets are going to get wrecked, right? So you want to pay attention to that. We're looking at right now the Bitcoin dominance now. So the Bitcoin dominance, like I said, we have this support zone here, and it's been really choppy. I thought we were going to break down last week. Currently, we had a bearish divergence. So that played out. So that bearish divergence played out, which we indicated on last week's video. So right now, the dominance is really just moving up and down. But one thing that we've noticed is we've still been getting rejected from this support zone. So we've still been getting rejected from this zone here, right? So that's a very good sign. That's a very good sign that we're still getting rejected. Price gets weaker and we break under here, altcoins should perform very well. Altcoins should perform very well if we continue lower on the Bitcoin dominance. But as of now, it's been just very choppy. There's been a couple times I thought we were going to continue down and break lower, but we have not. It hasn't really given us a direction. More fake outs than anything. So you want to be very aware and just watch this, right? If you want to see your altcoins do well, you want to see the Bitcoin dominance drop and the USDT dominance drop as well. Of course, you watch the DXY. A lot of people watch the DXY, but I don't tend to find it as inversely correlated as many people say it is. But to each their own, right? So now let's look at the total 3. So the total 3, altcoins have bled, they've done well, but nothing really has changed here at the moment. We're still here on the support zone, and we've been holding up on the support zone. What we're anticipating, is we're going to be consolidating. We're going to be consolidating in these zones until we break out to either up or down, right? So we're anticipating we're breaking up to the upside, but anything can happen, right? Anything can happen, but really nothing too significant. We do have this bullish divergence right here. So we do have this bullish divergence at the moment. So it could, bullish divergence in crypto, in my opinion, is very powerful, especially on the RSI. And remember, you measure the candle bodies and not the wicks on divergences, because the wicks are not calculated when you're using the RSI oscillator. They're not calculated, so there's no point, because sometimes what you can have is you can have a wick come all the way down, but the body's here, right? So the RSI is not going to pick up. The RSI is not going to pick up that measurement of the wick. So you want to remember. Yeah. So you want to remember just to measure the bodies of the candles when you're doing the divergence for the stochastics. All right. So we're just here at support, right? We haven't broken down. We had a wick earlier today that came down. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. We bounced back pretty well. So yeah, the altcoin dominance is looking fine. We have, and like I said in a previous video, if we look at some altcoins here, some altcoins are heating up a little bit. We have Doge here. It's peeking its head out, right? It's peeking its head out. And like I said, normally Doge has indicated a lot of the altcoin runs. Money flows into Doge. Everyone's talking about Dogecoin, and then it does like a 5,000% run out of nowhere. I don't know. I don't think it will do that this time around, but the runs are normally epic, to say the least, right? So yeah, I mean, right now Doge has broken out. The volume's still kind of low, so I wouldn't put too much weight into this breakout. Let's see how the day continues. Here, let me go onto the daily time frame. Okay, the volume looks a lot better. Volume looks a lot better actually here on this breakout. But you can see we got it's pulling back right at this zone where we drew. I actually took a trade on this last week, and so I took profits here somewhere in this candle. But you can see how it came up and now it's coming down a bit because it's respecting this resistance zone. So as it consolidates, Doge can, continue higher, and a lot of altcoins, if Doge starts performing well, a lot of altcoins may turn bullish. You know what I mean? A lot of altcoins will maybe turn bullish. And I just want to bring your attention to even though the market has been down, there has been coins that have been performing very well. So if we look at this one, MTRG, from the bottom to the top, it's 500% gains. So, there are always opportunities in this market. You know what I mean? From March 17th to now, which is April 25th. March 17th to April 25th, that's a 500% gain in the month, right? So, and you see volume still coming, volume still good. We do have, some divergence here. So, if you've been in this trade, you can definitely take some profits. And if we come down here, you can load up again. You can definitely load up again. If we don't, well, then keep it running. So volume's nice. It is coming down a little bit, so you can see maybe a pullback in the price. Nothing to worry about. But yeah. So coins, all over the place. Like there's one step in. Yeah, GMT. So even GMT, I didn't even see this coin. And look at it, ran also 500%. From March, right? So there's always opportunities in the market, whether the market's up or down. Buy high, sell low, but sometimes you buy low, sell high. You know what I mean? But sometimes you buy low and hope it goes higher, even though it's already high enough. But that's why you create a plan, sell against resistance zones. Or if you use a Fibonacci, I do not really use a Fibonacci, but if you use that to take your profits. But yeah, so overall, guys, the market's not looking bad at all. We are underneath this yellow trend line here. So, I would love to see us get back above it. And as you can see, it's been respected a lot of times. Even here, we got rejected. So, it would have been nice to see us get over it, but we didn't. It's got rejected, but we do have the price. It was being defended today. We had a nice pump, but let's see. It's really just choppy action right now. On-chain metrics do show that the price should be increasing, but remember, on-chain metrics is a longer term time period, and we're currently inside this support zone. So there's a lot of zone. We got rejected here in 2021, got rejected all here through the bear market until we broke through, used it as support. And, so now we're back in this support zone. So there's a lot of price action relative to, the rest of this year's Bitcoin chart. So there's a lot of price action. I just want you guys to remember that, the price could definitely come down. I think, the lowest we could possibly go, and I shouldn't say that because anything can happen in this market. It could nuke to 10K. It could, anything can happen. But if we maintain this upward trend that we're in, the downside is 13%. But I do believe we are making higher highs and higher lows. So I do believe the trend is continuing to the upside. And if you buy here, at minimum, you have an 80% gain to the upside. But, just keep in mind, you do have some downside risk, right? I don't think that we will be coming back down to test 19K, which a lot of people believe. Over here. But, anything's a possibility, right? So, anyways, guys, that's all for today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Please trade at your own risk and invest at your own risk. And tune in next time for some more cryptocurrency videos. Thank you.